friend arenas, welcome back to Dergy be playing Persona 5 Strikers. Wow. So, this music's really interesting. So I'm really wondering what this place is gonna be like and how it has to do with Sophie, because there's no fucking way it doesn't, right? Because there's that voice in... This was foreshadowed a long time ago. There was that voice that sounded like Sophie's back in the Okinawa jail. And I'm really like, okay, they haven't really resolved that. Who was that? Who is Sophie? What are they? Is she really just an AI? I don't think so. She's something supernatural is what I'm guessing. Especially because Lavenza, when we got to the Okinawa jail, she warned us about what I assume must be that voice. There's no way she wasn't talking about that voice. She said an inhuman being was there. Something that Lavenza was scared of. And it was clear that the being was a female being. So it must be that voice, right? So who is the voice? And why does it sound like Sophie? I think we're gonna learn that here. Why would the answers not be here? Also, a friend of mine has said that Sophie's whole, arc is very reminiscent of Pandora's box. So there might be something going on with her turning on us in a way. So, we're gonna see about that. Again, I just kind of heard that through the grapevine. I'm not exactly sure what it entails, so it doesn't really feel like a spoiler to me. So, and again, maybe I shouldn't have said that just in case people thought it would think it was a spoiler, but apparently her persona is a cue into the Pandora's box thing. I'm not sure about the whole myth. I don't really remember much about it, but a friend of mine has hearkened it to that. Regardless, friends, Splory Durgan time. You know, maybe I should do more research in general. There's a lot of things I don't know because I would rather spend my time doing what I want and oftentimes not actively trying to learn things. To a degree that I feel like I really have a knowledge deficit to most people that I know. But that also might not be true as much as I feel like it is. Because I know things. I just know things about what I'm interested in. Most people seem to know more about more kinds of things than I do at this point. Because I just stick with what I'm interested in because it gives me so much damn joy. Hence, you know, another one of the probably the biggest factor why I made this channel initially was because I just love games and want to share them, you know? Just like a lot of people that I do that I look up to greatly here on YouTube and also on Twitch. By the way, this song and this freaking atmosphere, it's so interesting. Well, just looking at Joker with that, thumbnail material right here. There might be better thumbnail material, somewhere in this video, but goddamn, look at Joker. I love games, man. They give me so much joy. Everything, it's amazing video games can exist and the sheer things that you can experience in games, and the sheer things that if you have enough of a mind to, you can always see something new in a game. There's so much to offer as far as games, especially as a medium, are concerned. God, I love video games. There's another example right here also. Who's freaking... I love the design of this particular set of daggers. Very badass. Or wait, is it just the one? Doesn't he have two? Or is it really just one? Or at least in this one. I feel like he has two knives. Maybe he don't. Maybe he doesn't even in the original. I just kind of want to see everyone's swords, or everyone's weapons randomly right now. Looks like you can't really see the blade of his sword, but of the Yusuke's katana, but you can see what it looks like. It is very cool. I haven't really taken a good look at their weapons yet. So, oh man, very cool. Look at that. It looks like two swords in one. Very interesting. It looks literally like two blades. Very interesting. Two differently shaped blades on top of each other. Let's see, weapon. Very interesting. Anywho. I freaking love these Voldo claws she's got going here. These. Very cool. By the way, when I say Voldo claws, if you're not aware, there's a character named Voldo in the Soul Calibur fighting game series. That those claws really remind me of, like, his weapons. These things. They're very reminiscent of his weapons. Anywho.
I'll count on you.
Sure.
I love games so much.
We can do it.
Take this. Strike.
Murder, murder, murder. Randomly fighting all the waves of enemies? This must be the true origination of them. And I'm guessing, like, I guess while we're fighting all these things here, I'll talk about my theory regarding Kanoe. So, I'm thinking that, Kanoe has been essentially possessed by Emma, who is probably, or not actually, this being that's like Sophie, who I'd imagine is another god, sort of like the god that possessed, or not, I don't know about possessed, but the god that
This place feels
coerced,
grimy and confined.
that coerced,
I'm not sure how to put it. It's as if it's
Dr.
generating a wellspring of revulsion within me.
Who could have brought us here?
I don't know. Whoever built the place is out of their effing mind.
Huh. Yeah, what is... Yeah, it's very, very reminiscent of Mementos. I really do wonder. It's like a second... There's still people trapped like that in here.
Here's we found something.
Oh wait, hold on, yeah.
Sure hope
There's
this
been
is
foreshadowing of this throughout the whole game. Like, there's still people that are like, oh god, brainwashed, what's going on? It's because of this place.
a shadow.
Emma must be originated by this Sophie-like person, who must be that infinite being. She might be an evil god similar to Yeldabaoth, and I forget the name of the god that coerced Royal. Yeah. And again, I'm spoiling 5 and Royal, but if you haven't played 5 and Royal, or at least, I mean, maybe I should only be spoiling 5. This game doesn't really go off the Royal. But if you haven't played Royal, you shouldn't be playing for story. Unless you don't care about that kind of thing. In which case, this is a really fun game anyway. But I do care greatly about that sort of thing. And I used to be one of those elitist assholes, frankly, that were like, if you don't care about the story, then you're stupid. But that's stupid. That whole mindset is stupid, and it's one of the things I hate the most, and I was perpetuating it, even while I hated it the most still. But now I don't, and that feels good. As much. Sometimes I feel like I get pissed off enough that at times I've switched up. And I very well might be prone to that in a small way, at least for but it doesn't have to be that. It's something I can work on. And if I can never eliminate it, then is that really so bad? You can decide it ain't. Just try your best to forgive yourself for those things and also not do them if you really, really are definitely trying to you know. Again, also, it's all about changing your habits in a way that oftentimes is elusive. It's all about the personal journey. Because what might seem like the answer at first usually ain't it, because of how complex human minds are. This world is and how we all have to find our own ways to make sense of it. And oftentimes we end up with maladaptive ways of accepting that. We then need to unlearn or we're going to suffer the rest of our lives. Which, you know, no one deserves to do that.
Stay alert.
And I fully believe that everyone, especially because I am getting there, and I used to feel hopeless.
I'll take it.
I used to feel like I was literally incapable of getting somewhere where I wasn't suffering all the time. That was a lie. I'm already there. I'm already doing a billion times better. And it hasn't been that much longer after I was...
Show me you're good to go.
I believe in y'all.
good.
You can't get to perfection, but that doesn't have to be
It's over.
anything anyone strives for. It's just something that, interestingly enough, we seem naturally drawn to as humans. But it's a detrimental thing. And it's not even close to the only thing that's clearly, you know, by the evidence presented. You know, the evidence that just history can tell you is something that is a detriment that we're drawn to. But it's interesting. Humans are drawn to all sorts of things, and a lot of them ain't really good for us. At least in this day and age, and at least in certain situations, at least. In regards to ways our minds tend to twist these natural drives in a way that don't help us, like anxiety, you know. Anxiety disorders are our mind deciding that things that are not life-threateningly dangerous are. It's so weird that that's how anxiety is, but that's what it is. And that's why it's so hard to do much about, but, well, I've gotten there. I'm better at dealing with my anxiety, and I didn't need meds for it. And I fully believe you should not just turn to chemicals as soon as you have an issue like an anxiety disorder. Because, in my experience, the side effects are usually not worth it. Even when you find something that helps with one thing, there's oftentimes side effects that aren't really worth it, at least in some small way or another. But a lot of people just deal with it, you know, because they're glad to finally feel normal, but feeling normal's overrated. Being normal's overrated. Because I've tried really hard to be normal, and it didn't really do much for me. It's when I embraced how fucking weird I am that I was and am continuing to be happier, and happier, and happier. What's great about being human, I've found, is you can literally just keep improving until the day you die. If you have the right mindset. And I think I've cultivated that, and it feels really good. And I believe in y'all. So you can do the same, if you haven't already. And if you have already, fuck yeah. Welcome to the club. It's awesome here. Debilitate. I love this fucking song, by the way. It's like a foreboding rap instrumental. It's like, I could totally see someone rapping over this. Like, it's a hip-hop beat. It really feels like one. It's very foreboding and dread-filled and epic. I like the bat sounds and stuff. It also reminds me of a track in Pyre's soundtrack, one of the boss themes, basically. Although Pyre is an odd game that I don't know if you could really say it has bosses or even combat encounters in the normal sense, but yeah, I'll get to that in my Pyre series that there's no fucking way I'm not doing. Also, I might do a big, like, video on why Pyre is awesome and more people should play it and why I feel it's underrated. Because, goddamn, that game. Especially thematically and story-wise, I think it's very important. But people gloss over it because it's this weird basketball game with the foot. And I've literally heard so many people say, like, in relation to Hades, when Hades was exploding, and of course I love Hades, it's great, and also really important in my opinion, for thematic reasons. And I think not enough people focus on thematic things, which is, I think, part of why, a huge part perhaps, of why Pyre didn't do as well as Bastion, Transistor, or Hades. Because literally, I've heard, like, more than one, you know, influencer person, I guess we'll call them. I don't really like that term much, though. But, I've heard more than one of, you know, YouTubers and Twitch streamers and people like that say, you know, something in regards to Hades is like, oh yeah, that was a company that made Bastion and Transistor. And that's what the games they mentioned. Like, Nico B, as much as I love him, he kind of pissed me off because of how emotionally I identified with Pyre when he said, they're made by Supergiant, which made Bastion, Transistor, and yeah, that other game. I remember it. I remember the name of it. Just so many people, just it went right over their radar, and it's such a shame because I think it's their best game. I will literally just take the heat and say that it's better than Hades for personal reasons. For entirely personal reasons that mostly have to do with the story and the characters and the way that the story is told and the way that it is. But that's for whenever I make a, You know what? I might start a scripted video on Pyre. Because I feel like I need to play Pyre again soon anyway. Alright, debilitate. Generally decreases attack, defense, and critical auto-evade rate for an area of foes. Do I have another debuff? Nullifies instant kill. Okay, so yeah, a buff. So this is a nice little debuff. Or, it's not even little, it's a like, multi-debuff, which is very nice. You know, just like Heat Riser is a great multi-buff that, like, is always a very good skill towards the end of any Persona game. That I've played anyway, which is really just 3, 4, 5. And I don't really remember much about 3, because I have yet to play 3 again. I only played it once so long ago, I don't remember much about it. Other than just thematic things and character things that stuck with me. But yeah. Okay. Random Bleed Argon over for now. Increases duration of Kaja-type buff skills. Does that count? I don't think so. I'll get rid of Technical High then. Kasuku Kaja, Maraku Kaja is probably what it's talking about. So, since I don't know if that one works, and I really want to keep Enduring Soul Gun boost, and the rest of the skills here, then yeah, that's where I'll put it. What's Firm Stance gonna be? Greatly decreases damage taken, but auto-evade won't activate. 1k would revive with full HP. I might actually just get rid of that one by itself. We'll see when I get there. Because I like the idea of him having more health, but I don't know about that detriment,
Only all
man.
battles were this easy.
Although, granted,
Let's keep this up.
he heals and having more health. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one, but I don't know if I want to replace anything that's there. But I still have a level to think about that. To, like, come to a decision. By the time that I get to when I can actually make that decision. I remember Mott. I don't know why, but Mott has always stuck out at me. Stuck out for me as a Persona design. I guess it's the idea of just like, you know, the thing in the coffin, and like it's creepy and you don't really know what it is, but it has like weird tentacles and shit. I don't know, it's cool, man. And the interesting design on the sarcophagus itself. The fact that it just fights as a sarcophagus, but there's clearly something in that sarcophagus. And it peeks out, you know, and it does... Whee! Feels good, man. No you, Futaba. No you.
Take this!
It's stronger than us. Your first won't work on it. Don't be intimidated. The enemy's dizzy. This is your chance. Start wailing on him. This is bad.
Please allow me.
Bingo. That skill just now. Perfection.
Time for the curtain.
Oh yeah, friends. I love games. I love life.
I can't wait.
Want to know why I love video games so much? Those are a lot of the reasons right there, but there's so many more. It also depends on the game, why I love a particular game. I love, there's times where I just feel like I could take in more details than other times. And one of those times is right now. I'm just very acutely aware of details, and that can be fucking awesome. It can also be a little bit spooky in some ways, but mostly it's something I cherish, because, like, the sheer intricacy and interestingness of Johanna's design here. I usually don't really notice all the details on her. She's a really cool bike. It is awesome, and it'd be really cool if someone made, like, a real Johanna in real life. Like, I'd be so happy to even know that existed. There's no way some motorcycle tech hasn't decided to do that, right? I'm really hoping that exists in real life. I might just try to Google real-life Johanna motorcycle. I really want to know if that's a thing. Because goddamn, it'd be so cool. Anyway, new camp. Stacks of new boost. Arkokaja Dekunda. Free dying, keeping that. I can go ahead and get rid of regular old Diarahan. That's how it feels right to pronounce it, Diarahan. I know, more, different people, especially, I've really noticed this since I've watched a good few Persona Let's Plays at this point. Different people just have different pronunciations for the skills in these games. Because their pronunciations are so odd, the words are so weird and archaic.
Something here's calling to me.
Dude, dead. In fact, I'm usually interested in like,
in sight. Keep moving.
In like how people pronounce the names a little bit.
I'll just add this.
Alright, I'm gonna call this episode here for now, so I hope y'all have absolutely lovely days. And I will see y'all next time when as we continue to go through here and see what the fuck is up with this place, where it came from, and why Emma's still up, man. So I hope to see y'all in the next one.